Alright. Now we're just going to wait for some people. Hey, King.
Listen to me. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Okay. Now all we're going to do is just wait for people to get in here, and then we'll start. Yep. Then you got tomorrow's stream, the Christmas special on Christmas Day, and then the art collage that I promise to do at the end of every month, but that will be on New Year's. That will be a great way to start 2024. Stopped it at 48 minutes, like I said yesterday, because we only had Negan, Edits, and Xavier, and they left like 20 minutes in or something. They didn't even stick around for the full thing. And I was literally almost done. People are going to be wanting to come into the streams here, especially today and tomorrow, because, like you even said, King, they're the last streams of this year, so for anyone to miss it, that would be very disappointing. Even if the game at some parts is getting boring, it's not just about the game, it's the scenarios and the fact that you guys enjoy it. And no one said anything negative, so I just don't get it. Except WLF and John Lemon. Those guys were just trolls. Maybe. We'll give it 2 minutes and then we'll get started. Who does? Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes and then we're going to get started. Stream's going to be 2 hours anyway because of the probably even a little bit over, just because this is the last time there will be a Q&A this year, because we're wrapping up 2023, so I'm hoping to get people in here. If not for the game, then definitely for the Q&A. And since people missed out on the game yesterday, I got to catch up a lot of people on what happened, even though it wasn't too much. But anyways, we're going to wait until the 7-minute period, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I'm caught up though, so it's all good. Hey, Braden. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, welcome everyone. What shampoo do you use for long hair? Nothing particularly. I just use an extra more of the kind that I get. So that way, all of it's good. I hate when my hair gets greasy. But anyways, welcome everyone to the next replay of The Walking Dead Destinies. So, for those of you who are not caught up, and since I had to stop my stream at 48 minutes yesterday because of people, let's catch up, shall we? This gameplay is the last time we're going to see T-Dog as a bad guy, featuring Shane's side. And the only thing that we could do left of that was kicking Andrew from the group and not killing him. Or, you know, we did kill him, obviously, but we didn't make him stay with the group. And this, in turn, makes Carol survive and Lori die. So, and yesterday, the only things that have changed besides Shane having, you know, a different, much the same expression and even a bit more emotion to Lori's death, the only thing that has changed is Carol taking the place of Lori and getting weapons to go against the governor, which would be T-Dog. So at least they're putting her in and actually says a different line. Instead of, let's teach those guys a lesson like Lori said, she says, Daryl, we're coming for you. So it's definitely at least good that they changed the lineup. No, we are not playing with Rick's side until we finish Shane's side. Because whenever I started the game in the first place, John, everybody recommended that I do Shane instead of Rick. So, because of that, I'm doing every single ending that I can think of and see with Shane first and then Rick, which is honestly, since we know about what happens in the original with Rick, is even better that I do Shane first. But hey, my original plan was to go for the original storyline and see how that goes in the game. But then you guys all kind of gave me all these different ideas for all the decisions, so we ended up going with the alternate ending idea coming first. Which is fine, and I definitely like the little twists and turns that this game's offered so far, even if some of them are small and makes half the gameplay boring. But anyways, before we begin, let's zoom back to me real quick. I just want to mention that for anybody who's coming in and anybody who's concerned, today will be the last Q&A of 2023 because tomorrow I will be doing stream, but that will be the last stream also for Walking Dead Destinies in 2023. Then you get the Christmas special on Monday, which I've been talking about, and then the Christmas special basically wraps up 2023 in a nutshell. And the art collages, which I've talked about a bunch, that will be posted on New Year's, like literally right at midnight. So that will be a great way to start 2024. And then we'll get back to our regular schedule of Destinies, videos, and so on. But I figured that any of you who haven't heard me say stuff about that or seen my community posts or Discord, I'd just tell you outright, especially because we had like no one in yesterday's stream. Because the two who were in the stream booked out like literally before I was about to be done with the stream. No one else showed up, which is fine. That's why I'm saying all this now before we start. So you guys are definitely going to want to stick around. If not for the gameplay, then definitely for the Q&A, because it's the last one for this year. And I've already got 4 ideas that people have told me over the past week to start off the stream. But anyways, let's get into the gameplay here. Hopefully wrap it up since we're right at that point of the game, wrapping it up, and see what other small things change. This is the 5th replaythrough, 6th playthrough in general, if you guys were confused on that. Anyways, let's get started with all my yammering out of the way. I just felt that I needed to explain all that for people who weren't here yesterday and who haven't seen my posts. And yeah, I'm repeating myself, sorry. I'd have to say the best voice actors for this game have to be Andrew and T-Dog, and they're returning voice actors. Emily Kinney would be the next one, since she did pretty good herself. Everyone else is alright, but those 3 specifically stand out.
Look here what the cat dragged in, folks.
Alright guys, this is the last time we're gonna see bad guy with Shane. We'll see him again with Rick, but we're not going to see him as the governor. We're going to see him teamed up with the governor still with Shane's side, because we got to have killing the governor's daughter with him on that side, you know what I'm saying? So this is the last time we're going to see him as the governor with Shane. So let's do this. Let's kick the governor's sorry butt, and then make him join us.
You're just making things harder on yourself.
Am I? Am I really? I don't think that I am there, Philip. If it weren't for your stupid, freaking psychotic nature, we wouldn't be in this mess. Yeah, sure, you've been going easy on me. Yeah, that's what they all say. You're not a Saiyan, dude. You can't magically grow stronger just because you say you're holding back. But then again, look at how thick Rick's, Morgan's, Daryl's, and Carol's plot armor is. But none of them have ever said, I'm going easy on you. They've just fought, you know? They've never said anything like that. But the Saiyans, like in Dragon Ball, they'll say, oh, been going easy on you, and then they get like 10 Zenkai boosts, and it's like, oh, well, dang. I don't know why I'm comparing this, but hey, whatever. Why does he get a gun?
I hope you understand.
Is it because I'm Merle's brother? Is that it? Daryl knew nothing about that. Merle's the idiot who cuffed you up there in the first place. All because Rick was too freaking careless watching his cuffs.
Like that?
Also, you have stormtrooper aim. I don't know. Is that all you're made of? I'm asking the questions around here, Jack.
What an asshole.
Yeah, you're telling me. And now you're dead. Well, not dead, but, you know, you're not going to be causing me any trouble. Not until we make you a bad guy. Yeah. Since, you know, the Commonwealth soldiers basically rip off stormtroopers and they have crappy aim. That had to be a straight up reference. If no one caught that I don't even watch Star Wars, and I know about Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and the Obi-Wan Kenobi and frickin' stormtroopers. I know about all of them, and I don't even watch frickin' Star Wars. I only know about that stuff through a channel called Death Battle. I've been subscribed to that Death Battle channel for years. Basically a channel where, if no one knows about that, basically it's a YouTube channel where these guys in like this company or whatever, it's two main guys in general, they make all these different kinds of crossover fights and even fights from the same cartoon or show or whatever, and they have them fight. They've made Goku versus Superman, Bowser versus Ganon, Dracula versus Ganondorf. They've made a lot. Yeah, and Superman and Goku, which they've made 3 times. They just made the 3rd fight. I love how we all just start talking about Death Battle. Yeah, literally, Death Battle was awesome. Dude. Can you just let me destroy your cars? I mean, is that hard? How many times do we have to fight each other? You think you would have learned by this point that resistance is futile.
Need to reload.
Do you mind? I'm trying to break your vehicles. I love how the cars just magically go away. Do you mind? I don't know why I keep saying that as if they're magically gonna freaking go away, but, you know, you hope. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me the actual freaking crap alone. Like, what have I ever done to you? You know, besides kill a few of your guys. But we're cool, right? Okay, we're not cool, because you're stupid emoting. Now we're not cool. Because you think it's cool to mock me.
Need to reload.
No. We're cool, right? That's why I'm beating your freaking skull in with a hammer. Because you think making fun of me is cool, right? Yeah, we're cool. We're cool as ice. Now get over here, Jack. I can't waste time on you peons. I have vehicles to destroy and a game to complete for the 6th time.
need to catch my breath.
Do you mind? I don't shoot at you when you're busy. What the frick was that? I didn't even mean to do that. Don't shoot at me. You just shot your own vehicle.
Need to reload.
Yeah, that is... You know, I don't even care that you're emoting because I'm leaving. What are you gonna do about it?
I need a breather.
Now I'm leaving. What are you gonna freaking do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't even care that you're emoting because I'm leaving. You follow me, I freaking put bullets in your cranium. How about that? Bye-bye. How about that? Freaking emote at me like, oh, I'm gonna dance in the air because guess what? The developers decided to make me Fortnite dance because they couldn't make a decent game. I mean, it's decent, but I mean, yeah, it still has faults. And that's one of them. If it wasn't truly decent, then I wouldn't be playing it right now. I wouldn't have wasted $50 on it if it wasn't halfway decent. Can you like get over here, please? No, you're just gonna be a complete pathetic waste of space. Okay, that yeah. You're cool. Cool as ice. Come on. Jeez, Jack.
They keep piling up, that fence will come down.
Really, Daryl? The fence will come down, huh? Then explain to me why it hasn't. Huh? Explain to me why it hasn't. You'd think that it would have.
We need more people out here to clear the fence.
Who knows, they might. Maybe whenever, maybe past whenever, maybe the day before Christmas, or like tomorrow, or maybe even a bit after Christmas, they might drop it. Like I said, this, to me, has the potential to get DLC or a remake of this game by the end of next year. And if it don't, that's complete wasted potential. Watch it, guys. We're about to get that annoying ear-piercing scream. Like, God, listen to this. Hold on. Give it a good minute. Come on. Yeah, I know. I got him a long time ago. Wait for it. Yeah, that.
Shit, something's going on.
Yeah, you think, Daryl? I mean, what gave it away? That ear-piercing scream or the fact that your prison is full of walkers again? Huh?
Go! I got this!
Like, Jesus. I hate it when characters say obvious crap.
Damn!
I don't know if I want to help, especially if you're the one who made that annoying ear-piercing scream. That would go to show me one of two things. Either one, you like screaming like a friggin' prima donna. Number two, you literally scream like a girl, which would make it even more pathetic. Or number three, It's actually a female, and she's literally either dying or having a great time. I know I said out of two things, but honestly, I don't care. Get in the room. Thank you.
Let's move.
Yeah, I've been waiting to get that John Wick skin literally forever. Come on, lady. It better not have been you who does all that screaming all the time. Come on, up the stairs. It's not rocket science to climb. Oh, you're not a girl, you're a guy. Well, then, personally, I don't care if it's all guys. Personally, all I care about is the fact that one of them screamed like a friggin' prima donna.
Time to pick them off one by one.
Okay, I'm gonna go, like, maybe get a shotgun or something.
Let me go.
No, I don't think it's the walkers making that human-like scream, but if you're talking about the growling, then yeah, that is annoying. Okay, I want to find that shotgun before I do anything.
Let me go.
Where's the shotgun? Oh, shotty! Or maybe I don't get a shotgun and it's just an assault rifle. Personally, I don't care. It's just... I've been picking up the, what's it called? I've been using the crossbow for a good while now, so I figured why not use something else? Out of my way! And now I'm gonna go pick up that hammer. Out of my way! And now you're dead. Yeah, but he doesn't. Daryl gets sick in the game here. Yeah, you're annoying. Be gone. Like Daryl said to that one walker who got up after Maggie's horse kicked it. Shut up. Shh. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. Come on. I would like medicine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll take that, thanks. I'm gonna take the hedge, got it.
Oh, that's a sniper. You know, I saw that walker there. I killed it in the first playthrough. It's annoying to just see a walker sitting there and me not want to kill it. It's kind of a itchy trigger finger moment. Where are you, final walker? I know you want to get killed. Where the frig are you? Come on out. I totally don't have a gun, and I'm totally not going to aim it at your face and laugh really loudly when I do it. We're going to play volleyball. Where the frick are you? Okay, randomly one of them headed out there.
Some kind of disease.
No! What was your first clue, Darlena? hate it when characters say obvious things. There's the shoddy.
That's a punch. More ammo's always welcome.
Ooh! Boom! Boom! Boom!
Reload.
Alright, stupid walkers. Time to die. For the upteenth time. Come on! Just eat lead already! Eat lead!
Ammo.
But you're not. Yeah, kinda not. Boom! Okay, now you're gonna die! Ugh. Missed.
Feels so good.
Yeah, see, at least gets it in the game. And now we get, apparently one of my achievements that I've yet to get, which, since I've started this game, what is it? With 6 playthroughs, 5 replaythroughs, since I started, there's only 52 achievements, and I've got 40 of them. So apparently one of the achievements I was looking at is don't get shot at all with Morgan on the clear mission. Which, I don't know, I might go for that. I'm not truly in the game for achievements, I'm in it for the what-if scenarios. But, hey, if I could do little fun stuff like that in between, then I'm going to. But considering how much Morgan likes to aim precisely on Q, and I'm just trying to get through, trying to not get shot by him would probably require me to have a lot more patience and, like, you know, drag it out a little more. Seeing as we're almost done with the game, I prefer to, like, get it out of the way as fast as possible. So if I manage to outrun him and think ahead very fast, then okay, but I'm not going to rush into the achievement if I don't have to.
What happened here?
What happened here, Shane, my guy, is that some imbecile like maybe Morgan decided it would be a fun idea to have his own little jigsaw moment and place all the booby traps. Okay, somehow I did not get shot there. I love how the boom goes off literally before he shoots me!
Morgan, maybe? Could that be him?
I can't believe I'm actually going for this, but I am. Dodging won't save you? It clearly is. Shh.
These walkers are in my way. Take them out. I can see you. Keep out, I said.
Aw, man. Like I said, it requires a little bit more focus. So I think I'm just gonna do it on my own time. It was a small thing anyway. Oh, you have perfect aim with me, but you couldn't kill that walker who was literally about to kill me? Like, jeez.
Hey, man, you better put that gun down. You don't want me as an enemy, friend.
Need to kill that dynamite walker. Good. Get off, get off, get off. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it.
Stop right where you are.
Yeah, and what if I don't? What are you gonna do about it? I killed the dynamite walker. I killed the dynamite walker. Move, 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 move. No, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. Whoa! At least it didn't fully hurt me. Oh, come on! I couldn't get through that.
Hands.
Yeah, this literally is not going to change. Yeah, seriously! For one thing, and how would he even know that's Morgan without knowing who he is? He's never met it. For one thing, and for another, like, yeah, that's the one part of Shane meeting Morgan that confuses me. All right, we're getting into the finale of the game, the 6th playthrough. He could be freaking Bill Crosby or friggin' Ariana Grande or I don't Taylor Swift or friggin' somebody for all he knows. And he's just like, maybe that's Morgan just because Rick told me that he saved him. Like, what? Yeah, that. Now that you mention that, that's like, that's actually pretty funny and at the same time illogical.
We have to find that medicine. Man, walkers are everywhere.
No. I would have never freaking guessed. I didn't know they were walkers. I thought they were freaking fish from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. It's also because I haven't allowed him the chance to say anything about the stupid pizza. Because I already know that's half of the freaking crap he talks about. At least in this game. He mentions it only 2 to 3 times in 7 seasons of being alive, and yet in this game, it's half of his freaking conversations. Like, dude, we get it. You're a friggin' pizza delivery boy. It's not your friggin'... It doesn't define who you are. Maybe it did in that one moment when they were freaking talking about the bag of guns in season 1. Maybe it did then. But it's not your base motive.
I'm at the back of the store. Walkers all over the place. You gotta be careful.
No, Maggie, I didn't know they were walkers. I thought they were the freaking backyardigans. Oh my god, I hate it whenever characters say stupid stuff.
Damn it, I knew we shouldn't have left him alive.
I don't know, maybe I'm just in a ranting mood. Wait, what was that? Oh, that was just a random dude.
My blood's boiling. They should be just up ahead.
And whoever said Mags earlier, that's funny that someone else said that name, because it's also funny that Shane called her that in general. Just like I said, Simon called Negan Neegs in that Dead City flashback. It's just funny how much Shane and Simon are kind of alike.
Shane.
I forget, does he call Beth anything?
Read you loud and clear.
He's got Glenn and Michonne.
Well, shit. How the hell did he...
I've got the medicine. Should I...
Just get your ass back here with that medicine before more people die.
Okay,
Well,
so...
what about...
We'll get him.
So he doesn't call Beth anything. He calls Mag... Maybe because she's the older one. Yeah, one of the two. Either one would work.
Whoa!
All right, we're about to get into the finale of the 6th playthrough and the 5th replaythrough. So, let's dive on in. And the final time we're going to see T-Dog as a bad guy. Well, at least the governor, with Shane's story. We'll see him later with Rick's story. But, let's get into it. The only difference I can see here is that Carol's alive instead of Lori, so it's only a tiny bit different. We got Shane, Daryl, Beth, Dale, Carl, Carol, and Merle. Neat.
Shane, time we had a talk. I ain't negotiating with the man pointing a loaded gun at me. Takes this
Shane?
how serious I am.
He's not even pointing a loaded gun. He literally just has a sword in his hand and a hook.
While I'm bringing the pain.
If you're talking about the tank,
I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry, I'm just being literal.
Back to that rooftop in Atlanta where we left you, and I'll pretend this never happened.
how many times do I have to tell you? Merle left him. If anyone should be the villain here, it should be Merle.
I'll even let you keep both hands. You don't want me to start shooting.
It is no one's fault here but Merle's. And kind of, if anything, it's Rick's fault. He's the one who, you know, he's the one who wasn't more careful with his equipment and let Merle get the jump on him and cuff T-Dog. And the fact that Shane has the nerve to trash talk T-Dog in this situation is freaking hilarious. But he would do that. This is a Shane move all the way through.
It doesn't have to be this way. I like you, man. I always did. But you need to shut the hell up right now. This is between me.
And like I said, we're killing Michonne here because Glenn gets the katana if you make him live, apparently, which we figured out last gameplay. And I really love that a lot more. So we're gonna just, from here on out, at least with Shane, we're gonna kill Michonne. I have nothing against Michonne. It's just, and even like other people have said, I'm not afraid to kill characters off.
The only person who's going to convince you of anything is you. So think about it. We've been here before. How many people have died since then? Your people. Our people. Where does it end? This is a moment of everything.
Compared to Carl and the governor, who both lost their eyes, and Merle apparently in this game, T-Dog just lets his eyes sit out there. Doesn't even put a, he doesn't put a patch on it, a bandage, an eye, nothing. He just lets it sit. Compared to the governor and Carl and Merle in this game, they all, Carl at least had a bandage, and so did the governor before he moved to the eye patch. T-Dog just lets that crap sit out. I mean, yeah, he is too cool for that. He has a freaking hook for a hand. Carol has a much worse reaction for that than Mary did, not gonna lie. And now it actually makes sense for Carol to be here and her not magically come back to life. But that only happens if... I bet you if I die here as Carol, maybe Lori somehow comes back from the dead. You're killing your own men. Seriously, what kind of people just... I never understand that in any movie or show-based franchise, that people are sick enough to kill their own partners. What's the point of having minions or friends if you just use them? Bye-bye. What the heck? You get one last round off before I ended it? Shh. Delayed reaction tank. Okay, where did I get that ammo for my crossbow then? Well, not the last gameplay, but the gameplay before I was able to find ammo. So where the frick is it?
Time to crack some heads. Do some serious damage with this.
I think I saw something.
You think you saw something? What'd you see? What'd you find over there, girl? Your dignity?
Hell, y'all. Don't let anyone near the tank.
Dude, I don't care. Where the frick was that ammo that I found? Like, bro. Do I literally have to fight with one arrow since I can't remember? Apparently. At least I have a sledgehammer. How many times do we gotta go over this? You guys are the a-holes, you're the one with Fortnite dances, for Christ's sake! Look who's talking! Listen, Charlene, the thing you saw was your dignity, because that's what you'll need in order to fight me, is some form of dignity to be able to comprehend just how powerless you are. This time, Mitch isn't even in the tank. It's T-Dog or the Governor or Merle themselves, which to me is a stupid freaking move. But I guess they had to come up with something for this epic moment right here. The final time, Shane versus T-Dog. Let's make this the best final battle with Shane and T-Dog that we've seen yet.
Now you gotta face me.
I'll get the sword for this.
Me? Go! Stay away from that fire.
You think your hook and your own little sword there is gonna stop me? I got a katana too there, lame brain. Fine, I'll use a hammer then. I don't care.
Away from me!
Doesn't matter what weapon you use or how cool you look there, T. At this point, you should have either burned with Woodbury or stayed on that rooftop. Just like Shane said.
Once and for all. After everything I fought for, I'm gonna give it to you.
Everything you fought for. You mean what you stole from Rick there, Shane? Everything you fought for. Please. How is he not getting hurt in the fire? Why do I get hurt in the fire, but he gets off scot-free? Why? Because he's a boss, so he gets, like, freaking mythical powers or something? It's like whenever Negan was the boss, he was, like, invincible in The Walking Dead. Then when he becomes an ally, he gets nerfed. That happens with every boss in any video game or movie or show-based franchise. They can be a villain and all-powerful, but the second they become a good guy, they're all weak.
Go! I'm hurt. You crossed the line. Now you're gonna pay.
The Dynamite Walker actually helped me! Good. Farewell for the final time. By the hands of Shane there, T-Dog. Say goodnight. Now we get Glenn with the katana for the end.
Oh, crap. Time to leave.
Yeah, you think? No, we're gonna stay at a burning prison where walkers can eat us. I love when characters are stupid. Come on, Glenn, you have a katana. Don't ruin my hopes for you.
Yeah! Need to get into that watchtower.
Don't make me hate the fact that I think you're cool with the katana. Trust me, I loved Glenn before that. He was a great character, especially for saving Rick's life. But I still am not going to take anyone in any kind of based franchise saying something obvious and stupid. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who were paying attention last time, I finally found out the secret for seeing past those flames. You have to zoom in with the sniper rifle, which I wouldn't know because I hate snipers. That's why I failed. I mean, I won the first time without dying once, but then I kept dying over and over again because Shane kept dying. But then I finally found the secret. You literally have to zoom in with the sniper. If you do that, you can literally see into the flames.
Don't get our people.
Which is great. Thank God.
Careful now. Clean shots.
I'm so glad I found that out because, let's be honest, if this was a reoccurring theme, I would have been angry out of my mind.
It's boiling. Careful now. Clean shots.
The amount of times that Shane was just nerfed just completely and utterly broke me. Okay, so that walker's glitched. So who am I targeting now? Oh, it's the big dude. It's always the big dude. But at least now I'm far more prepared.
Don't get our people.
Thank God. And we're able to get this done in record time, too. We'll get this done with plenty of time to spare. I won't have to extend it or anything. Except the big ones always take forever to kill. I mean, I'd expect that, but... you know, still. Take that! Come on, big dude.
Ammo.
Yes!
Redlands puppy.
Wait a second! I didn't pick up my original weapon! So are you telling me that even though I didn't pick up my original weapon, I had to last time, this time it let me go with the sniper? I think it did the first time too, but now I'm just convinced that the game likes to glitch out. Shh.
Too many of them. Get out of here.
Yeah, you think there, Glenny? Come on, move.
This place. Gone. It's all gone.
Yeah, you think?
Time to leave.
Yeah. Get off. Okay, I did not want to go in the fire.
Oh, get off me.
Get off of me, you rats!
You just gotta keep going.
Alright. We've reached the end. Glenn? This time we're gonna see Carol wherever she is. Oh, we get Carol with the baby instead of Lori with the baby. Okay, I like it. So if Lori lives, she gets the baby, obviously, because it's hers. But if Carol lives, she takes the baby, and Tyrese is just, you know, non-existent. Along with Lizzie, Mika, and several characters who we're not going to talk about that because we have already. Oh, Maggie magically comes back from the dead. Hi there, Mags, Magalina, Magneto. I didn't know someone used the Dragon Balls on you. How about we bring Rick back while we're at it? Shh.
Don't look back. Just keep walking.
It's just Shane and Carl here. And then we get the Terminus teaser. Well, guys, that officially concludes our 6th playthrough and 5th replaythrough of The Walking Dead Destinies. Now, I'm going to turn this off here. And wait for it. Okay, if it wants to work. Okay. Tomorrow, for the last gaming stream of 2023, we're going to be killing the governor's daughter with T-Dog as the second in command. So we're done with T-Dog as a villain for Shane's end. But we're going to see what happens whenever he comes back with this crazy hook arm and everything with Merle. Maybe that'll change and actually kill Merle or something. I would very much like to see that. Because that would be a great twist. But that's going to be tomorrow, and I don't even think we'll get to that part. We might get a very good ways through, but maybe since it'll be the last gaming stream, I might extend it like long so that it really feels worth it. But we'll see. You know, that'd definitely be good and everything for the last stream of 2023. But you know what time it is now? The last Q&A of 2023. And with that all in mind, we have 4 ideas here that you guys recommended over the past week that I put on for this Q&A. What if werewolves replaced zombies in The Walking Dead? What if Reese could not rewind time? What if SpongeBob was in the Tournament of Power? And what if Shane and Abraham swapped? Those are 4 ideas we already have, but for the last Q&A, let's really bring it together and get the craziest and most logical, best ideas that we can. Because if we can do that, even if they won't happen forever, or not forever, just a long time, it will really sum up everything that we've done in the year 2023. It'll be awesome. So let's think of everything that we can and bunch it all together in this next hour. Put our minds to the test. And I'm glad we got a lot of people in here because, yeah, definitely want to be for this. And just to be sure, $24, $25, $26. I'm gonna write up to 40 because I'm expecting to get 40. This is where I expect to get the maddest, craziest, most brilliant ideas that we could think of ever since I started this Q&As. What if Aang was in the Tournament Power? I've heard plenty about Avatar, and I've actually seen a little bit of it, especially when I was younger. And I know a good bit about Aang, so you know what? We're doing it. And I actually want to watch Avatar. And that's one of the things on my list. I'll be finishing The Walking Dead for the 3rd time in my life, and then I'm going to go over Small Moments in Fear, and then next is Transformers and everything. And I got a huge list, huge things to watch for the future, with Avatar being on one of them. So, that is the 5th idea for this Q&A. Since you guys came up with those 4 ideas, especially the werewolf one, I've been looking into AI art and everything to see that, and yeah, it's really awesome, especially some of the Rick Grimes models. But yeah, I'm really excited for this Q&A especially, because I want to see what we can really come up with. And some of the things you guys say, even though sometimes your ideas, I can't really come up with a convenient story, you guys might notice that I work around and word it differently, make it a whole new scenario. And you guys, granted, it's not exactly what you say, but you still seem to like how I do that sometimes. So I'm glad to communicate like that. And, you know, even if we work around stuff, you know, think of a good story behind the workaround. I like that. What if aliens were the true masterminds of The Walking Dead? I could do that. I just have to figure out how. Could you maybe come up with a good reason behind it? Maybe a good origin story? I could maybe do that. Other than that, like I said, we got 5 so far for the stream, and I wrote up to 40 on this paper here, because I'm half expecting to get 40, but we'll see. Heck, I might even think of a few while we're at it, because, I mean, can't let you guys have all the fun. I mean, it is granted a Q&A, but hey, why not? You know, usually I just come up with these on the fly. Like the Doofenshmirtz and Phineas and Ferb ones, I just thought of randomly. So it all comes down to how and when I think of the what if, really. And like what it's about and everything. I have a really good memory and everything. I'm usually able to think of things like quickly on the fly. My common sense sometimes lacks, but I would have not gotten this channel so popular already if I weren't good at like thinking of stories and writing them and everything. Well, not writing them, but just thinking them in a decent way. But yeah, that aliens one, I think I could do it. I just have to figure out a good reason behind it. Because, I mean, after all this time, we still haven't gotten the origin story. The aliens are testing planets all over the solar system, decide to test Earth, so they send the zombie virus by planting a spy down Earth, and then they observe through space to see how Earth does. I think I could do that. Yeah, that works. That actually makes sense. What if aliens started the Walking Dead virus? If a rock shot Carl, I like to think that since Rick was right there, he would have literally tried to gun down Negan and pretty much everyone there on the spot, which would have either gotten them with one more person killed, Negan would have been broke about it and actually, you know, maybe done something in that moment or something like that. Or it would have literally ended with Rick or someone gunning down all the saviors and getting themselves killed. It's not a good scenario overall. What if Lizzie ended up with Rick and Carl after the prison was destroyed, instead of with Tyrese, Mika, and Carol? Let me think. I think I have that one saved. Maybe what if Carl killed Lizzie? I don't know. I think that someone recommended me that before, and all I can tell you is that Carol would have different character development. Mika, in case maybe she went along too, if she went along, she would get killed, causing Carl or Rick to kill him. Maybe they have slightly little bit different character development, but they didn't really know Lizzie and Mika as much as Carol did. So it would make Carol a little lighter of a character, and Carl and Rick, maybe it would make them a little darker because of remembering Sophia. I really don't think that it would change too much. Besides just a few characters' development. What if Dale met Eastman? Oh snap, where I'm at with what if Dale survived the remake, I'd like to say that I'd think of doing that, but like I said, I already teased a dark ending for his character, so, and I can't spoil anything beyond that. It's a dark ending, but with a serious plot twist sometime after. So I could still probably implement that. Or maybe I could make a separate what if for that, but I would have to think of how that would happen. That would be like a what if Dale survived like a third remake, and I only want to do a remake 2 times. So, or a remake once. So unless I'm implementing it into my plot twist with the dark ending, then I don't think you're ever going to see that unless you guys have a good reason about how that would happen. But we got 6 so far, and that Aliens one, man, the Aliens one, the werewolf one, the futuristic one, and the werewolf one, all of the AI robots one especially, all these ones for like walkers being replaced and the origin of the virus, that's actually, they're actually really cool. What if Negan put Spencer in charge when he requested Negan's help to put Rick out of power? Well, if Negan killed Rick and put Spencer in charge, Spencer is far from a replacement for Rick. So, of course, no one would be in favor of Spencer in power over Rick. The group, especially Carl, would be completely and utterly broken. So, it could really... It would be like, what if Simon killed Negan? Simon being horribly out of place compared to Negan. It would basically mean that Alexandria is doomed, and everyone possibly besides Spencer would want to fight, but without Rick's leadership, everyone would most likely have died. Spencer is no Rick Grimes. What if Eastman was in the season 1 Atlanta? That's another replacement that I could actually do. Nice. So what if Eastman was at the Atlanta camp? Nice. Number 7. I like it. What if Laurie became a villain in The Walking Dead after Rick killed Shane? Well, Laurie would have the baby still. So, the only way I see her becoming a villain is actually afterwards, getting Glenn or Maggie to go to a pharmacy and maybe try to hide herself going and actually take the pills and kill her baby, or maybe go off on her own, join another group, and then having the baby successfully. I think that it would be better to make her a villain by killing the baby, because that would generally demonstrate her as a bad guy. So, yeah, I could do that. What if Laurie became a villain after Shane? That's the best title I can think of that. What if Jesus found Sophia? I had Sophia join other groups, or saved joining other groups, and I had her, that whole thing about her joining Negan, but the Hilltop wasn't one of them, because I didn't think it would really matter. But I could have her go to the Hilltop, because I think that Jesus would be a great trainer to train her with combat. So, yeah, I think so. What if Jesus found Sophia? Yeah, that's good. As for that, technically my what if Morgan went to the prison with Rick makes him so that he never meets Eastman and he stays a bad guy. So technically that already has been done, and I don't want to go over kind of retreaded material. So yeah. As for what if Dale got Andrea pregnant? I don't agree with Dale and Andrea getting it on in the show, because even in the comics, Dale seems more of a guide, a father figure. So them getting together really, really does not make sense. He was always seemed, especially even in the comics before it was known that they were in a relationship, like a father figure. It just seems right for him to be. And everything he said to the group and everything just turns that on even more. But in the comics, Dale's just another guy who's in love with Andrea. But it just makes sense for him to be a father figure, a guy who has a moral compass to the group, which is why my what if Dale survived stuff is so important too, because it emphasizes that father figure more. You guys can say your own opinions on the comics and everything, but I just generally think that it's better for him to be, just a guide. What if Rick got exiled? That's already saved for the future. I'm pretty sure even someone recommended I do it, or I might have got it after I watched season 5. What if Shane joined the Commonwealth? That's saved too, along with several other groups for him, Merle the Governor, and Daryl and Merle, and Carol. A few others, but I'm not going to go into all the specifics because that would take a very long time. Alright, but that's 9 for the stream. What if Otis and Patricia had a child? Besides Otis shooting Carl and saving his life, ironically, with, Shane... He saved his life, yet not saved his life. He offered to, and then Shane just outright murdered him. Besides him having a brief moment of kind of an important character role in The Walking Dead, he didn't really seem important to me. Neither did Patricia. So I don't really... They're not really important characters, and if they're not important characters, then I don't want to tread onto them because it just does not make sense to. That's why I'm not doing, what if Morales' family stayed with the group, because compared to characters like Amy and Jim, who serve some kind of purpose, Otis and Patricia didn't really do anything. They were useless. What if Shane and Mercer swap places? So Mercer worked with Rick and Shane is Commonwealth guard. Interesting. So I like to say that Mercer is definitely stronger than Shane. So wait, you're saying to swap both of the characters, but Mercer said that before he was just about as strong as he was when we met him. So Shane would be the same strength and then put into the role of the Commonwealth Guard, and then Mercer would be the same as he was, just joining Rick's group, right? Because that's the best way I can think to work like that. Okay. What if Obi-Wan Kenobi... Okay. Nah. Losing his abilities would kind of make him an out-of-place, just normal human. And then you would have to give him some kind of altered identity. And unlike others like Yamcha and Kid Goku, where I could think of something off the fly, first of all, I'm not completely and utterly into Star Wars. I just know a good amount of characters. I just don't see Obi-Wan Kenobi fitting into The Walking Dead without his powers. And if we put his powers in The Walking Dead, he'd literally be stronger than pretty much everybody. Alright, but that is 10 so far. So we're doing good. I mean, you guys already had those 4 from earlier this week, so we're already loaded on with 10 ideas. And we've got over 40 minutes left. I'm going to extend it a little bit, possibly 10, 20, even 30 minutes over, because this is the last time you're going to see my face for a Q&A for the rest of the year. You'll see my face one more time for, the stream tomorrow, and then it's just a Christmas special, and then the art collage, and so on. What if Jar Jar Binks from Star... I don't know who that is. I only know of Darth Vader, Stormtroopers, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, and that's kind of it. Like I said, I'm not into Star Wars, really. Took me forever to get into freaking Harry Potter. And Harry Potter, they would be almost too strong for The Walking Dead, too. Yeah. Ah. I'm gonna check real quick to see what time it is. Okay, we're good. We are good. But yeah, that's 10 ideas so far, and we still got plenty of time left in the stream. Way more than enough to probably fill up the rest of this paper and so on. I don't think we've ever gone past 40 ideas on the channel, but hey, even I'd be surprised. What if Daryl went on the supply run instead of Glenn? Which one? Because Glenn has gone on multiple supply runs, so you're going to have to be a little tiny bit more specific. What if Mika survived being stabbed by Lizzie? Well, technically I've had her survive in my what if Sophia joined Negan, made her a fighter. That's honestly the best that I can think to do with her. A central what if I can do with Carl, Tyrese, and Abraham, but Mika, not really. I can't really think of one. The one where Noah died. If Daryl had gone instead of Glenn, then I've had that happen before too. The only thing I could think happening is maybe Tara does not get injured and Noah does not get killed. So, yeah, I think I could maybe... Yeah, I think I could do that. Because Tara not being injured, that's one thing. But Noah surviving, that's probably the best place where I can think to do a central what if for Noah. So maybe I'm going to call it What If Daryl Saved Noah. That's because the what if's going to feature Daryl being there, but afterwards it's mainly going to feature Noah. So that's that's the best I'm going to be able to get for Noah surviving. Even though I couldn't really think of any purpose for Noah, I think that with the context there, I could definitely think of something. What if Nicholas was in the Atlantic in season 1? That would be a huge stain on the group and would clash with Shane for his stupidity. I would almost like to say I'd prefer that, because Nicholas and Aiden had a group. So, I don't know. Nicholas isn't one of Deanna's kids, though, so I guess I could differ him away from that. No, Nicholas ain't that smart. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do that. I just can't see how that would make anything go good with Nicholas being around. Unlike Eastman, Beta, Mercer, and other people being in that group, I don't see Nicholas being there would be a death sentence. All right, that is 11 so far for the stream. What if Jesus was in the Atlanta camp? Okay, if Jesus is a bit of a stretch, because he was very important in finding other people and trading across the hilltop. Gregory was barely involved with that, so you would need to maybe tell me a good replacement for the hilltop colony who would replace Jesus at that time. Otherwise, I can't really do that one. Jesus is kind of a harder character to replace. Carver? But then that would drain the Reaper's resources. Then you'd have to think of a great fighter for the Reaper's side, and that just creates more confusion. Or maybe you would make one of the Reapers fight more? That's hard. I don't know. I mean, Carver could work, but it would also drain the Reaper's resources because they would lose their strongest fighter. I don't know. I think I could do that, but when I do that, I'm either going to think of a replacement for Carver for the Reapers, or I'm literally just going to make them without any kind of replacement for the Reapers. But yeah, I could do it. I could do that. What if Jesus was in Atlanta camp and Carver Carver was at Hilltop? Or maybe I could just call it, what if Carver replaced Jesus at Hilltop? Alright, so that's 12 so far. What if Rick spared Ethan? Ethan didn't really seem like too much of a useful character, so even if they had spared him, he would have been imprisoned or likely killed at some point. He didn't really seem like... He didn't really have a purpose. He just seemed like a dude who was too desperate to get the Saviors off of their backs. So he went to killing Gregory and everything, and almost killed Rick. But that's 12 so far. The Carver and Jesus one is interesting. It's just like I said, I'm going to have to think of a replacement for Carver for the Reapers. Because ain't too many strong people who are that combat adept in The Walking Dead, like Jesus, Carver, Abraham, Mercer. Big ones like that, it's hard to replace. So I'm either going to come up with a replacement for that what if for the Reapers, or I'm literally going to leave it the Reapers without a strong fighter. It's literally just going to be everyone except Carver and no one to fill in that blank. But, I mean, that could work. And Carver would be a much better asset for the... Carver would be a much better asset, if not around the same combat adept as Jesus was. So, that'd be very interesting. 12 so far. And I'm caught up on comments, so we're good there. All right. What if Aaron found Rick's group at the prison in Woodbury during season 3? I think I have Rick finding other groups early, and Alexandria is one of them. So, I don't know. I'm going to say that I don't think Aaron would venture that far. Or if I do have what if Rick found Alexandria early, then I'll say that I'll do something around that field. One of the two. Trying to think of my own ideas too. What if the governor survived and became leader of the Reapers? Say Lily doesn't show. I have the governor joining the Reapers, just not in that way. But that will happen in the future. What if after the CDC, Rick's group ends up outside Woodbury? Basically, Dale breaks down closer to Woodbury and Merle along with other scouts. I have what if Rick met the governor early, and that's exactly how it happens. Something like that. Not exactly, but it is after the CDC that they find Woodbury. So yeah. I had something on the tip of my tongue, so I'll read while I'm still thinking here. I had one thing I was thinking about right on the tip of my tongue. But you guys are all right. Of course, not going to leave you guys without recommending. That's why it's the last stream. Think of all kinds of crazy ideas and everything. I just had one that I was right about to write down. I could do what if vampires replaced walkers, but those would be far too overpowered. Werewolves is even a little bit of a stretch, and so are AI robots, but I could still think of something. What if the governor attacks Herschel's farm in season 2? Well, I'm going to say that I can't do that because unless they had a good idea of where Herschel's farm was, then I don't see that happening. Are you doing a remake to What If the Vatos Gang Took Beth? Yes. It would basically be 30 Days of Night. You know what? I actually think, because you said that, King, that I could actually put vampires in. because I forgot about that night factor. So now I have what if vampires replaced walkers? We have a lot of replacements, but I like it. So that's 13. Now I'm going to be thinking of a million other things to replace walkers with. Now that you guys got me into doing that stuff, but I love it. These are the kinds of silly, crazy ideas that I love, because it works. What if Shane changed his mind right before killing Rick? The awkward situation when walking back to the farm. I don't think Shane would. Then it would ultimately be like, what if Rick exiled Shane part 3, basically. Because at that moment, if Shane would change his mind and Rick didn't, it was not about Shane changing his mind because it seemed like he was going to. But then Rick pulled the police situation on him and stabbed him in the chest. So it ultimately comes down to if Rick changed his mind, which is literally what if my Rick exiled Shane, both series in a nutshell. Yeah, he might have been, but I feel like Shane was more out of the moment, especially after Rick tried to talk to him more and hand his gun. But who knows? I've got it. So have any of you seen the movie Pixels? Hi, Garjulio. So anyways, the reason I ask if anyone's seen the movie Pixels is because it's basically a movie about arcade games and everything coming to life with the help of aliens and them coming down and attacking the Earth. And it's literally arcade villains and heroes and everything, and yeah, pretty much like that. So I put, what if the aliens from Pixels replaced walkers? Because that would be interesting too. What if Randall was able to run away before Shane killed him? So what if Randall survived like that? That's the only situation where I can make a what if about Randall's group. Because it actually makes a little bit of sense. But I'm not going to say he rejoins his group because I know nothing about it. Heck, Terminus could have been attacked by them, and that's why they turned dark. Because they seemed like that. That's the only other what if that I'm going to make on Randall's group, is if what if was attacked by Randall's group. But that one I can actually make, because it actually makes Randall have his own central what if. And Shane's plan failing like that would actually also affect a lot. He could throw dirt in Shane's eye or something and just find a way to run away. All right, that's 15 ideas, and I'm still going to be thinking of what can replace walkers, because, yeah. What if Glenn punched Negan? Then I'd like to say that Negan kills maybe Daryl, which people have asked me to do that one, and I think that I finally saved that for the future, and if I don't, it's because killing Daryl would basically, since he has his own spin-off, be incredibly draining for the group. So if I have it saved, I'll do it in the future. Other than that, it literally would be like, what if Negan killed Daryl? So, yeah. Whew. What if by the time Rick woke up, the walkers had already died off and the world is still abandoned and as dead as it was in season 1, but the walkers would all decompose? So what if Rick woke up later? Well, if he woke up any later than he did, Shane and everybody else would most likely have died without Rick getting there. So, unless it was like, what if Rick woke up and it was all a dream, like what if he shot the bridge and it was all a dream, he was still in the hospital? That's still him waking up at the same exact time. I can't make him wake up any later because then it would basically doom everybody else, even Morgan and Dwayne, to possibly dying without Rick waking up at the time he did. What if a rot killed Carl instead of Olivia? I already talked about that one earlier with other people, and it would basically come down to Negan killing a rot and ultimately Rick probably gunning down all the saviors and getting himself killed, or Negan understanding and after killing a rot and Rick guns down everybody, maybe except Negan, maybe not. Either way, it's really a ending that just I can't do, because for one thing, it would just be a pointless story to make because the twist is so obvious. What if Negan joined the Reapers after escaping his cell? Alright. I don't think I have that one saved yet, so I could do that. What if Shane became leader of Hilltop? I really have Shane joining other groups, but as for Hilltop with Shane at least, Hilltop's one of those things where I don't see Shane really becoming any more than he did. I just don't see how I can do that. What if Oceanside was cannibal? So that would be a second cannibal group besides those ferals that Connie and Virgil ran into. Speaking of which, I have what if Gareth and his people were spared and met the feral people that Connie and Virgil ran into. That would be a cannibal family. And that's going to be a very dark story. But as for Oceanside, I feel it's best to leave them as is because what was done with them was good. What if Negan did a line up at the Kingdom? Yeah, I could do that. What if Negan did a lineup at Kingdom? No, Negan was very far away from the group at that point. I have what if Rick met Negan early, but that is way too early. What if the governor did a lineup in season 4? Technically, he did with Herschel and Michonne. It was just a more hostage situation than a lineup. What if Dakota... what if Charlie... I could do what if Charlie and Ennis... I have what if Dakota and Virginia were in the Atlanta camp. But I could do what if Charlie and Ennis were in the Atlanta camp. That's the closest to that particular idea. Oh, and in case you're all wondering, since I did my What If Madison's Family Joined Rick story, whatever happened to all the groups that Madison and her family ran into since you made Madison's family join Rick in Atlanta? Well, everything would pretty much go unabated with barely any conflict, except when Teddy is revealed, most of his plan would probably get stopped by Virginia or someone like that and Emil. But it would result in mostly all the groups at that point of the story, season 2 of Fear, most likely getting nuked by Teddy. And the whole world wouldn't get nuked because, like I said, Virginia and her gang would most likely take care of most of it. But that's just for anyone who was ever... No one's ever questioned that in the entirety of What If Madison's Family Joined Rick. But I had planned to do a prologue, but I just felt that it would make the story so much longer, so I canceled it. That's just in case anyone was ever confused on that. I have what if the Reapers were introduced early, just not that late into the story. But we got 18 ideas, and we got about 30 minutes left in the stream, so we got plenty of time left. I have what if Negan captured Rosita already saved. What if the Reapers came after the group in season 9? I feel like the Whisperers, since they were closer, it's best for them to have met the group. Because think about it. Maggie left to start the community with Georgie. So she would have met the Reapers already at that time. So I feel that it's right that the Whisperers were the first threat. If they found Rick and knew that he was trying to kill Lou, Rick probably would have died, and then Carl and Michonne would have died because they were coming up right to the house. And without Rick coming out and warning them, they would have gotten themselves killed. At this point, you're killing Rick, Carl, and Michonne, and that dooms everybody else to die at Terminus. Even if they were saved by Carol, it just ends badly for everybody. That's 18 ideas so far. Oh, that's right. I was thinking of more things to replace walkers. That's another situation where if they found Rick, they would have possibly killed him. So, like I said, it just ends bad for everybody if that situation would have happened. Rick had to get out of there for the story to continue. Unless the Claimers turned good or anything like that, or didn't encounter Rick and them at all, it just goes the way it did originally. Mummies are basically zombies. Yeah. What if the wolves join the communities against the saviors? I have what if Owen survived as a central what if, and I've had him live plenty of times before. But as of the other wolves, we don't know barely anything about all the other wolves except Owen and that other dude. So Owen surviving is the best you're going to get out of that. What if Wendigos? What are Wendigos? What if the wolves save Sophia? She would reunite with Carol. What if Sophia joined the wolves? I don't have no one joining the wolves really, except Beta being the leader. So, I mean, honestly, that's one of the groups. Like I said, we barely know anything about them except Owen and the other dudes. So I'm gonna leave that like no. That's another group we don't get too much of. I'll have to look into what Wendigos are. I'll bonus Wendigos. What if the wolves... At that point, about knowing the pictures of Alexandria and everything, I feel like the wolves attacking Alexandria was inevitable. So, can't really stop that from happening, even if you tried. Because at that point, the group had already known so much about the wolves, it was inevitable. What if Terminus was the Savior Sanctuary? So that would be like, what if Terminus and Alexandria that would be like, what if Terminus and Alexandria swapped over? Except this time it's Terminus and the Savior Sanctuary. And I already have Rick meeting the Saviors early. So that would almost be a complete rendition of that. That's kind of treading over ground, even if the story hasn't been done yet. If the wolves attacked the group in season 5, then they would... I could do that. There would just be no threat for the entirety of season 6 until the Saviors. So that's the only way that they don't attack Alexandria, is if they attack early. So I saw you found a workaround for that. That's interesting. What if wolves destroyed the trash people? Now, Jadis and her people were far capable of handling themselves, and finding Jadis and her people would be kind of hard, honestly. The wolves, I don't think, would expect to find anyone in a dump. So, I don't know if I really see that happening. What if the wolves and Terminus teamed up? The wolves seemed independent, like, of their own accord, especially Owen and, like, the other wolves. They didn't seem like joining with anybody. So, and the only reason I made him join in What If Eastman survived is because it's freaking Eastman. So, yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Trying to think of more people or monsters to replace walkers. I already have them attacking in season 5, so I already have Thomas Richards and Dexter as separate what ifs. So you'll see that, but it's just going to be separate people, separate times. It's the best I can do without making it exactly like the comics. Otherwise, it literally goes the exact same way. I've got it, and hear me out on this one. Mutant sharks replacing walkers. Literally, almost all the world is covered in water. And this time, it's mutant sharks. Think about the movies that have like 2 3-headed sharks and sharks with like blood red eyes and everything. Those kinds of like movies and stuff, and horror movies and stuff like that. That would be awesome. So what if mutant sharks replaced walkers? Now that I got that going, while you guys are thinking of some, got to think of more stuff to replace walkers, because like I said, that's my main thing now. Firelords. No. Gotta think. No, that'd be too silly. I don't know if there's anything more you could replace walkers with. That's just me. If Teddy was the savior, Negan would have almost killed him instantly because of how crazy he was. If Frankenstein's monster was in The Walking Dead, it would be like, what if Jason Voorhees was in The Walking Dead? You have an immortal monster who would possibly become friends with the walkers, except Frankenstein's monster would be weaker than Jason, so he would not be able to take on as many people as Jason would. I had something on the tip of my tongue again, but I can't remember what. I could maybe do what if Godzilla or Kong replaced walkers, like they being the main threat in The Walking Dead. But I can't, like they literally attack the whole Earth and everything, and everyone like bands together. So that would be the only way where I could fit those creatures, because I have them joining Dragon Ball and the MCU, Godzilla and Kong, but that's the main one that I can think for them to join The Walking Dead. How do you know he could kill Superman? They're not in the same universe or anything like that. Do we have proof of that? Interesting. So now I'm going to be doing two separate what-ifs. Kong and Godzilla replacing walkers. That is very, very, very random. Andrew and Abraham. Okay, Andrea and Abraham. I have what if Andrew survived mainly for her and Rick to get together like they do in the comics. But other than that, Andrea as a central what if I can't think of anything for. I'm going to end it at 2 hours and 10 minutes, so we approximately have 7 minutes left, and we have 22 ideas here that we have gotten for the entirety of the stream. So let's bring it all together now for the last 7 minutes. Tony Stark would be basically too adapt and strong for the Walking Dead. Him alone, without any kind of Iron Man knowledge, he would basically just be like a replicate Eugene or Milton would basically be it. And then he would eventually probably be Iron Man later in the story. So I'm going to say he's a little bit of a stretch. What if Carl didn't put Lori down and she came back as a walker? Well, then it would be like Rick's and Lori's deleted scene where Rick sees Lori as a walker mainly. I feel that it wouldn't matter too much and she would just be put down eventually by someone else. It would still cause Rick to go crazy and maybe Carl to, you know, have a little bit more of a different character development. What if Tyrese survived? I have what if Tyrese survived as a central what if save for the future. What if the MCU and DCU merge together? Dang. All right. When would this happen, though? Because then I'd need to know what characters I'm working with for the both specific universes. As for that Herschel's Farm thing, it's like the comics, and I don't think because it would probably be just how it happened in the comics. Saving Private Ryan? Yes. Only once, I think. It was for a school project. That's 23. I don't remember too much about Saving Private Ryan now. And even if I did, I feel that he would just be a simple soldier, maybe? And we already know how the military soldiers survived from the governor, not at all, and how several police officers did, so I feel that it really would just come down to him being a, maybe just a small character. What if Beta was a savior? I see Beta joining the Wolves or the Atlanta camp, but him being a savior, him joining the Atlanta camp or being the leader of the Wolves is like the best for him besides the Whisperers, especially considering who Beta is. All right. Beta is a Reaper, actually? I didn't think about that one. And with how monstrous Beta is, that would up him to an absolute 1,000. I have what if Shane was the main villain of The Walking Dead, like the whole villain behind the whole mastermind. That's the closest we're going to get to that. The military group and small officers I see not really mattering that much, like I've mentioned before. Because they didn't really do anything. If the characters don't do much in the franchises, I can't really do much with them. I have What If Tomas Survived saved already. It's just going to be a minute before I get to it. But that's 25 so far. And most of these have been really good, if not pretty much all of them. Definitely a good way to wrap up the Q&A for this year. If Sophia was alive, and she didn't join another group, they would have went to Fort Benning, and I've mentioned a million times how that goes. What if Otis killed Rick? Well, without Rick at that point, if Otis had done it, Shane would be the next obvious pick, and that would be like what if Shane killed Rick, except he didn't kill Rick, and the group would have basically most likely turned a lot darker, especially at that point. What if Rick killed Otis in cold blood after he shot Carl? Yeah, I think I could do that, because then that would make it almost like Destinies, where like Maggie or Beth would go instead of Otis. But with that particular one, we are out of time. That is all for this. Ignore that. Pretend that didn't happen. That is all for this 2023 Q&A, and the last one to wrap up this year, with 26 good ideas from you guys, as well as my own little inputs here and there. I truly thank you guys for every Q&A that you guys have been a part of. The ideas that I've gotten this year have been truly spectacular. Like, you guys have really made this channel, you're going to make this channel blow up with all the ideas that you guys have come up with over the past however many months I've done this, and just recommending your own ideas like in comments sections and everything. I really appreciate it, because that shows you guys really love this channel and what it's become, and you want to see this channel grow as much as I want to see this channel grow. And I really, it really makes me happy that you guys appreciate me enough to like say these good ideas and like my content that much. But thank you guys so much for the 26 ideas to wrap up this Q&A for the year. I will see you guys tomorrow for a gaming stream, the final one for this year, and then Christmas special on Monday, and then the art collage to start off New Year's in 2024. So thank you guys so much for joining this 2-hour stream today of gaming and Q&A, and I'll see you guys for the final gaming stream tomorrow. And with that, thank you guys for joining me.